5-minute Cassiopeia guide, let's get into it. Alright guys, so recently there's been a new lane bully in mid lane called Q Max Cassiopeia. The short Q cooldowns and insane poke potential has helped it make a quick rise to popularity and now can dominate most champions in the mid lane if you play it correctly. So I thought I'd do a quick short guide to it right now. In terms of summoners, there's not much difference. You still want to take Flash, Ignite if they're a weak laner like a melee assassin. You can also take Exhaust, Heal, or Barrier, depending on how strong your opposing laner is. Cleanse is also an option if they have hard CC, like an Elise with a Rise mid lane. There are quite a few variations on runes, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to tell you what I found to be the best. First off, you want to start with Sorcery. Comet, this is kind of key to the new build, as it really just helps you poke people out. Manifold Land most of the time, however Nullifying Orb is possible if they have heavy AP. Absolute Focus and Scorch, this really just helps your poke stick. Secondly, what I found the Koreans mostly doing is Biscuit Delivery and Cosmic Insight. Some people will, switch it up like this as well with Dematerialize and Tide Warp Tonic. Then you want to go down Double Adaptive with Scaling. Some people will go CDR per level, depending on how aggressive you want to play early game. Another option is Domination. You can actually go Domination Tree second and Taste of Blood with Ravenous Hunter. This really is just a playstyle thing, and if you test it out yourself, whatever you're more comfortable with is probably going to work. Now onto the interesting and new part of the build. If you've ever played old Cassio, you probably really used to maxing E first. However, with this new build, that's pretty much turned on its head. You actually want to go Q first, and then W, and max E last, obviously putting points in your ultimate whenever possible. This actually changes your playstyle quite a bit, as your all-in is heavily diminished. Your poke power, lane control, and wave clear, however, is increased dramatically. With this new build, you're able to keep assassins in check, even better, as they'll always be ridiculously chunked whenever they go up to CS any minions. Alright, on to items. This is pretty straightforward. Corrupting Potion almost always, especially if you're starting Inspiration. Doran's Ring is a possibility if you're getting outranged by like a Syndra or Orianna. Secondly, obviously if you have Corrupting Potion, Dark Seal is a good investment. However, what you want to do is rush Ludens. This really helps your poke stick. It's pretty core to the build. Secondly, you pretty much always want to get Rylai's Crystal Scepter. This is because it slows the enemy, obviously. If you hit your W, it allows you to hit your Q a lot easier, like any follow-up Qs, and obviously helps your team pick the enemy. You can build a Banshees or Zhonya's at any point, just fit it into the build, depending on if they have a Fed Assassin or not. The third core item is Liandry's. Once again, this just helps your poke really hurt that much more. Rabadons and Void, standard AP late game items, if you get there. Alright, so the biggest thing about laning Cassiopeia is being able to hit your Q when they are trying to CS. Obviously this is a lot easier against melee champions, but in ranged matchups it is also possible, especially if you have level 1 dominance like this. If you watch the clip, every time the TF walks up to try and last hit a minion, it will stop him from moving, and that's when the Cassio tries to throw her Qs. Every time you land one of these, it really just chunks them out and applies a lot of pressure, and eventually they'll be too low to really pressure you out of lane, and you'll be able to scale for free into the late game terror that Cassiopeia is. Now, towards mid and late game on Cassiopeia, once you get a CDR, you really just want to make sure you're poking with your Q and your W during team fights without actually committing to the all-in, as all these abilities hurt so much more now. Everyone's probably going to get incredibly chunked from it and allow your team to clean up. Don't try to overcommit too much into team fights. As shown in this clip, the Q really just half health TF, then you put the W down, ulti just for the damage. She's throwing 1 E in this team fight, but they've already won it, and this is from a massive gold deficit. That's about it, guys. I didn't really want to do anything too in-depth. This is just a quick, short guide on Cassiopeia. I'm sure a lot of you have played it before, so you can take this to solo queue and dominate your lanes. Oh, and you can R-flash on Cassiopeia.